Hello, my friend. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jaden, and this is PathTune. This is the first one. So to kick it off, I thought, let's put some frequencies, some good vibes out there for us. As we embark on this journey, let's just settle into the flow a little bit. Well, here we are. Thanks for being here. So this video is about setting an intention for the channel. My intention is multifolded, multifaceted, if you will. I actually have some notes here that I will kind of go off of a little bit, but I also want to just stream the thought. Let's go ahead and move this. This is just about hanging out. You're here hanging out with me. I like hanging out with you. Hopefully you like hanging out with me, even though we haven't hung out too much before. So, like I said, my name is Jaden, and what I am going to do in this channel is share a variety of information that I have found useful in my own life. What I'm really interested in is the process of self-discovery in the efforts of creating the best future possible for myself and for all those around me, and then by extension, the world in my reality. And that's how we can all affect the world for good and create positive change in our lives and the lives of others. If you want to change the world, start with the individual, because everything starts at the individual level. So I have a lot of passion and enthusiasm and joy and excitement for the philosophies surrounding self-development and refining yourself, because you are the thing, the tool, you can look at your mind as the tool. You are the multi-dimensional being, and part of you is here for a reason. And I think it's a fun thing to do, to work on building yourself, expanding your mind, and following your path, and finding your path. And we all have a unique path to walk. So if that sort of thing interests you, I invite you to come along on the journey. The thing is that I don't have it all figured out. And me being, I appreciate the details. It's been a challenge for me to just get in front of the camera, record it, and send it. because it could always be better. I could always be more prepared. I could always have it more memorized and structured, which I don't want to have things memorized, but I want to have a clear message. I want to serve in a way that is going to be most beneficial for myself and for you, because you're another version of me. If you align with the ideas of frequency, vibration, energy, the spiritual journey, the hero's journey, what it takes to be successful in life, if you're interested in creating a better future for yourself, this is the type of sphere that I am creating. Is all of those ideas, they're all up in my mind. They've been in my mind for a long time. I've been studying different philosophies, different aspects of what makes a good life. And there's many different components to it. But my intention with this channel is to create a community of like-minded individuals, to attract people that share a similar perspective, but also a willingness to learn and evolve that perspective. And I realize that you're never done. You're never there. You know, the destination is the journey, because when you get there, then you're always going to the next step, the next process of the journey. So you're never going to learn it all. And I realize that. I'm never going to learn it all and to understand it all. But the process of getting closer and closer is a lot of fun. And I find a lot of joy in expanding my mind and my consciousness and having breakthroughs. And what a breakthrough is breaking through a certain level of consciousness. As we go through different levels as we grow and what we believe to be true about our reality, about our lives. And then when something comes along, an idea, all it takes is one idea to completely shatter the mold of your previous sphere of consciousness, and then you break through to the next level, and then there's a whole another level to this, and then that keeps going, pretty much infinite a number of times, until you reach the point of nirvana or enlightenment. But even there, I think there's more levels to get to. And then, once you pass over and when you leave this physical body, you're connected to the source of it all, and you pretty much know it all. So we're here for the purpose, from what I understand, we're here for the purpose of the contrast of not knowing it all and figuring it out along the way, and discovering ourselves, and the process of self-discovery. So this journey of life really is very interesting to me, and it's all in your perspective on how you can transmute and alchemize the different events that happen. It boils down to, do you choose to look at, there's so many different, what are they, idioms or analogies? Half full, half empty, the glass? Or does life happen to you or happen for you? Are you a victim or are you a creator? There's these dualities, this polarity of life. And that's the trait of this physical experience, is to experience polarity. The contrast of black and white, of light and dark, of receiving and action, of masculine and feminine energy that we both have within us. And the balancing, life's a big balancing act. And I have come to learn that balance is the key to life. And everybody has their own unique balance of how they want to fine-tune all the different elements of their life. So that's just a little bit of a background on what I'm going for here. But my intention is to create a community to attract the people that resonate with these kind of ideas, that like talking about the abstract concepts, but they're not as abstract once you ground them to your life. So at first, these ideas may seem abstract, but you can apply them. And that's what I really like to do is take something that's far out in the sky and ground it to your life specifically. So if you're interested in that, I would invite you to join me on this journey of self-discovery. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share them if you resonate, and if it connects with you, share it with other people that you think might be interested or it could help, because my intention is to serve. My intention is to help. My intention is to share the ideas that have been valuable, that I have found valuable in my own life, and share them for the purpose of creating, for the sake of creating, because creating is fun and it gets me into the flow, and that's just a cool place to be. And then also to be able to create the ripples of positive good fortune for other people by sharing something that brings me joy. Why not? Well, because of fear, that could be a reason why not. Because of perfection or perfectionism. What was that note I wrote down about perfectionism that was really good? I'll show you. Perfectionism. Perfectionism is actually just finding all the flaws in something. That was an interesting idea. I'll probably do that a lot in this channel. Go to my notes, because I have over 1,000. I probably have like 1,800 notes in there. Not all of which are related to this. But I've been building up a repository of good ideas. But let's take a look at this notebook we have here. The handy dandy notebook, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to those who know. So yeah, I want to grow together, and realize that I'm not the expert here. I will always be a student, and I'm open to changing my mind. I'm not solidified in all of my beliefs, and I do my best to remain open to being proven differently. So I invite you to share in the comments your perspective and the ideas that you have found and the information that you have learned, because I can't consume it all. It's impossible. Although my mind wants to, I realize that I physically cannot consume it all. So I invite you to share different ideas and different perspectives so that we can all learn from each other. This is a community that I want to build that is going to be open-hearted, non-judgmental, and willingness to be sharing ideas without judging the other people for thinking differently, because we need to recognize that we're all on different points on the journey. We're all at different points on the path, and that's okay. And not everyone is meant to view things the same way. Not everyone is meant to have the exact same perspective, because life would be pretty boring if we were all just pretty much the same person. And on one level, we are. But on the other level, on the human level, with our egos and our minds, there's variety, and that's wonderful. That's great. So I want us to grow together, and this will be a flexible, evolving, growing channel, because as I continue to learn, as I continue to expand my mind and my consciousness, I may not believe some things that I will say later on, if that makes sense. I may say something now, and then in a week, in a month, in a year, I may think differently. So even if you're watching some of my older videos, although this will be probably the oldest one, just realize that I'm still growing too, and that's okay. And I may be wrong, but the point is not for me to tell you that this is the way things are. This is to just share ideas that I have found valuable, like I said, and that could be valuable to you. Life is not, what I've come to learn is that life is not this or that. It's not this way or that way. It's not black and white. And the more that I've grown, the more I've recognized that it's really a big gray area, and most things are dependent on how you look at it. It's this and this and this and this and this all at the same time. So I'm not here to say things are this way or that way. I'm just here to share some different perspectives that might blow your mind, might challenge your belief systems, might make your ego be like, no, that's not, like, that's weird. I just ask that you remained open. And if you're here and you find yourself interested in it, maybe that's a reason. Maybe there's something within you that is searching for something more, searching for that one idea that might just turn things around, that might just click and make that little switch in your mind that could get you to start operating a bit differently, that would be beneficial to you. So I just ask that you remain kind. If something challenges your belief system, that's great. And if you want to project anger onto me, that's okay. I just ask that you try your best to be kind in your disagreements. And I welcome the challenges because, like I said, I'm not married to these ideas. I'm open to be proven differently or to be shown differently. Different ways of thinking about it. Like I said, it's all about how you look at it. Perspective. And that's the thing. Like, I wanted to write a book. I still will one day, but it's all about a balanced perspective. Maybe I'm giving away the juice here, but no one will make it like my mind would, so it's all good. But I really do believe that a balanced perspective is a great asset to build. Because if you can balance your perspective with all these different ways of looking at things from all these different backgrounds, beliefs, cultures, if you're open to a multidimensional approach, then you can not look at something through just one lens, but you can look at it through 10 lenses at the same time. That's building a high-level balanced perspective. And that's what I would like to do for you through this channel and through our programs and courses that we release in the future. One thing, and I'm slightly reluctant to say this, but 30-day challenge. 30-day video challenge. It's been a challenge for me to finally just post it, send it. Because it could always be better. I could always be more prepared. And I find myself, sitting here today. I need to stop recording on this. Find myself sitting here today just doing it, because if not now, when? I've been preparing to make this channel. I've been preparing to record this video for over a year. Over a year. Realistically, multiple years if you consider it differently. But even just getting this set up to have this shot, I've put work into this. And I could have the messaging down better, but you got to start at some point. So I'm going to do a 30-day challenge of a video a day. And I welcome you to join me on this challenge, because it's not about getting something from the external world from the videos for this challenge. It's about pushing yourself past the comfort zone of the past version of you that remained stuck and stagnant, even though you know what you should do, but X, Y, and Z is holding you back. So gamify it a little bit, push yourself, stretch yourself, make it a challenge, and just do it. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. It's coming along all right. I think it's coming along all right. Let me know what you think in the comments. So just a few more things, and I thank you again for being here with me as we introduce this PathTune channel. One more part about that, the 30-day video challenge. So if you want to push yourself to step out of your comfort zone, to share your voice, if you have a message, if you feel like you have a message to share, maybe it's not clear yet, get in front of the camera, press record, start sharing. If you get an idea, write it down on your phone, come back, record a video on it. Just do a 30-day challenge. Record the videos. I mean, if you post them, you could help other people, and it's really more about that than it is about you. But this challenge will push you, and I'm speaking to myself, but you are another version of me, like I said, so I'm speaking to me and to you. This is to help you grow. This is to push you, to give you something to shoot for, to step into the version of you that just makes it, just does it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just let it flow, man. Just go. Just do it. So I'm doing the 30-day challenge, and I didn't really know I was going to do that until right now. I wrote it down, but I wasn't sure if I was actually going to say it. But I just did. The idea of expanding the consciousness, expanding your mind. I mean, the subconscious mind is creating 95% of your reality. So that's what really got me into the idea of personal development, is the power of the subconscious mind. And I'll go into that more in future videos, but if you can tune your subconscious mind to the right frequencies, implant and program the right information into your mind and make it until they become beliefs through repetition, your reality and your life will change as a result. It's like putting a seed into the ground and then a tree grows. If you don't plant the seed, then there will never be any fruit coming from that tree. And working on the subconscious mind is planting those seeds. And sometimes you need to pull the weeds and the old programs of a more limiting view of what reality is and what life is. You got to tend the garden. So this intention is, what I want to create on this channel is to attract people that are wanting more out of their lives. They want to expand their mind and learn about the spiritual journey. Because as I've continued to grow, I've realized that there is a spiritual element to this. And that we are multidimensional spiritual beings at our core. And at different points on the journey, that's not as apparent, and that may conflict with your views right now. But I'm attracting the people that know that there's something more to this. And that's exciting, because we get to learn about it. And we get to work through it together, and we get to find new ideas and explore those ideas and do that process of self-discovery, which is always evolving and always ongoing. That's fun, and I'm glad you're here. If you can hear the dogs, they say, "What's up?" All right, so yes, people that are open to new ideas that may challenge your old belief systems. You just got to be open to new ideas, man. And I know you are. Because if you made it this far, it's pretty much affirming that you are open. So I appreciate that. That takes courage. Another thing that goes along with as I continue to evolve, as you continue to evolve, everybody is growing through every experience they have. And every day you see somebody and you meet somebody, they are not the same version of themselves that they were the day before. So that's something to remember, and give people, this is just a good idea, give people the opportunity to be somebody new every time you meet them again. Because they could be. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what they've gone through in the mind. You don't know what physical experiences they've had since you last saw them. Because you only experience a fraction of what their reality is. So don't assume that you know somebody, because there is much more beneath the surface. And don't assume that they're the same person. Don't assume that they will do the same things and think the same way. Sure, you can kind of protect yourself if you need to and be discerning about it, but give them the opportunity to prove you do otherwise. And at the end of the day, the only person, I want you to know, which you already do, but I want to remind you that the only person who knows what's best for you is you. So please do your own research. Don't just take what I say and believe it as if it's the whole truth. I'm sharing an idea here and there, and I'm trying my best to connect them. But it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is too big to explain. There's always more to the puzzle. So please, if something interests you, don't just let it stop here on this channel. Follow the flow. Follow your inspired action. Take the inspired action onto the next thing. Use the idea that you receive here as a jumping point onto your next topic that you want to look into, or your next action that you want to try out or take, and let the process unfold for you. And that's what my intention for this channel is to give you data, informations, concepts, ideas, philosophies, perspectives that will trigger other ideas for you, that will ultimately lead to the evolution of your being, the expansion of your consciousness, the alignment of your frequency within yourself to be aligned with your true self, your true authentic self, to break free from the molds of what society has projected onto what you need to be or who you should be, what you can or can't do, what you're allowed to do, what's possible. We're here to break the mold. There's a new way. And I know you know that. So, that pretty much gives you the idea of what I'm going for. In other videos, I may be more animated and loose and laughing, But this means a lot to me. It really does. So I took a moment to just kind of calm down, slow down a little bit before I recorded this video, because I care about this so much. I really do. And I've been preparing for so long. And this is the beginning of what I already know it's going to turn into, and that's something beautiful. So the intention is to connect with people that are on that wavelength of the information that I've kind of touched on. But we're going to be doing great things. Putting on events, live events, virtual events, creating programs and courses, coaching programs. There's so many great things that I will be releasing in partnership with other creative individuals. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And I have many, many, many videos in queue already prepped and planned of what I'm going to make the videos on. And all that's left now is to just do it. And it's really seemed to be that way for quite a while now, where I've been hearing the call, and maybe you have too, where it's time for action. It's time to do it. The thing you've been thinking about for a long time, the thing you know that you should be doing. And there's no should, you're here to experience the life of being a human. And you can do that however you want to. And you don't have to believe anything I say, and you don't have to be here. But you're choosing to be here, and that means something. So, I'm answering the call. And there's a certain amount of reverence to that. Because it's a call that I've been hearing for a while, and that there's been fear that has been holding me back from answering, from picking up the phone. And most of it's just in the mind. It's distortions, illusions of the mind, where the mind wants to protect us. So I love my mind for trying to protect me from the unknown, because it's not something we've done before. But if you do it and you take the leap of faith, in good faith, for the betterment of all, for the highest and best good of yourself and those in your life, with that intention, and you take the leap of faith, you will be caught. You will be caught. So I'm cheering you on, and I'm excited to see what this turns into. So take that action, push through the discomfort, just send it, give it a shot, give it a go. And at the end of the day, life is short, right? So what's the cost of inaction? What's the price of regret? There's a quote on that. I'll come back to you. But it's something, regret weighs tons. I don't want to regret not recording it, not putting it out there because of fear of being judged, fear of not knowing enough, fear of it not being good enough, fear of being seen. False evidence appearing real. It's in the mind. It's just in the mind. Yeah, maybe some of that stuff might happen, but it's not going to be the way that you're perceiving it's going to be right now. So you just need to do it. And that's what we're doing. So I'm excited. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. I have a lot of creative ideas of different content to make, especially with using different technologies. I'm not going to get into it now, but we're going to do some cool stuff. And I would love for you to be a part of it. So I invite you to be here with me on the journey. Please subscribe, like the video if this connected with you. Share it. Put in a comment of what action you're going to take. Drop a comment of what's the call you've been hearing for a while. And maybe reflect on what's stopping you. And I would love to get a conversation going. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's really what I enjoy doing, is problem solving. And and helping people navigate their path. So I'm Jaden. This is PathTune. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.